Okay, so now let's talk about the platform. So the platform will hold, well, will rock like this, left and right in this case, and will hold a platform, a bag holder in here. And yeah, so let's see how we mount the bag holder. As you can see, it has several holes in here. It's gonna be just the holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then more 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can mount this bag holder, which is gonna be like an aluminum container or a Tupperware container, by using these 4 screws. The first thing that you do though, you will have to put the inserts for the screws in here. There are some small copper inserts that are threaded. So I'm going to show you. In here they are already mounted, so I cannot show you. I'm going to show you on another piece of plastic. So first of all, you're going to obviously figure out which hole you're going to use. You're going to put a screwdriver in it and you're going to enlarge it a little bit. And then you're going to place this insert, doesn't matter, up and down, on top of that hole. And you're going to hold it vertically with your fingernail, and with another screwdriver, a small screwdriver, you're going to put it vertically, and then you can put it down ideally, and you're going to bang it without hurting your hand. Now it's probably going to go sideways, so you are going to straighten it again and then you bang it. You can put something that has a hole in here to bang it all the way down there, and that's pretty much it. Now I can put a screw in it and it will screw in without having to put a nut on the other side. So for this platform, I already did this one in here in the 4 closer holes. So you either choose the exterior one or the interior one, doesn't really matter. And then after you put that container, so you're going to make the holes in your container so the screws will go through them. You have a little bit of a washer on the screw to hold better on the container. Now that washer will be visible from the top. So when you put the bag, it's going to go on the washer. If you want, you can put a plastic, like a Scotch tape over it if you want to, but this should not scratch or damage the bag anyway. Okay, so, and yeah, so at the end, after you put that, of course, you're gonna screw them in, and that's pretty much it, what you have to do. Now, on the other side of it, you will have to mount several things. One of them is a connector for the moving mechanism. Okay, and for this I'm going to use some, I think these are 10 millimeter screws, 3 millimeter diameter. All of these are going to be used, are going to be 3 millimeter diameter. And I'm going to use these little dampeners, which are basically silicone with a hole in it. And I'm going to mount them on the screws. So the first one, well, we're going to have to put 2 of them. So 2 screws in here. And so this whole platform is going to rock on this rod. And this rod is going to be held in by these 2, I think they're called pillows or something like that. Anyway, so again, we're going to put 2 screws in. These are longer screws. I think they are about, yeah, they're about 15 millimeter long and again 3 millimeter diameter. So we're going to put those 2, and again we're going to put 4 of these little pads on each one of the screws where it touches the platform. Now make sure you put the platform correctly. So this is the top, okay, and this is the bottom. And you're going to put these screws to the corresponding holes. I'm going to push them in. Again, the same thing on this side. Okay, at the beginning, if the hole is not used, has not been used before, it might be a little bit more take a little bit more force. 3 millimeter nut, and you put it in here, and then you tighten it with a screwdriver. Sometimes you might need to hold the nut on the other side so it doesn't spin just spin without catching it. So let's do these 4. Okay, and 2 more left. 1, and this one I'm gonna push all the way through, and the last nut. Okay, now if you look in here, you see they look nice and leveled. Okay, and the same thing in here. Of course, you will tighten these screws and the nuts, but you know, don't have to over tighten them. It's not gonna, it doesn't put too much pressure on them to begin with. Perfect. And of course the rod should be kind of in the middle. You're gonna have these holders and these holders. These holders don't have the insert, the metal insert in them. Okay, good. So this is looking good right now. And the last part that we have to do is this one. That's gonna connect the mechanical arm that kind of moves the rocker back and forth. Again, 2-3 millimeter screws. These ones are small, shorter. These ones are about 10 millimeter long. Again, the little paddings. Okay, so where you assemble the stuff, and you're gonna put this one in. Now this one can come in two versions. One that has a holder for the nuts in here, and that's the 3D printed version. Oopsie. And I'm gonna put it off camera. Okay, yes, like this. Or the other version, which is the CNC version, which is usually stronger, but it will not have these inserts in there like that. And you're gonna have this ball bearing that goes inside. Now, normally, when this ball bearing goes inside, it's gonna be you have to press it strongly. It's not gonna go so easily. Now, this one, so sometimes you can use a vise to push it in. Sometimes you can put something, a piece of board over it, and bang it until it gets in there, and it's not gonna move. So so you're gonna insert that before and make sure it's flush and properly assembled in there. And now I'm gonna pretty much, after I put those 2 screws, I'm gonna put these ones on top of them. Okay, and I'm just going to let's get this proper. Yes, that was the proper screwdriver, and just screw them from the bottom in there. Okay, one, and the second one. Okay, yes. And again, after you do all this, you make sure they are level, not crooked or anything like that. So this looks leveled. These ones should be leveled. And that's pretty much it for the platform. So now the platform is going to go like this. It's going to rock over this metal rod like this. And yeah, so the holder, the pan that you're going to put in here can be bigger or it can be smaller. It doesn't really matter. You know, it should be kind of as small as your bag, because you don't want the bag to slosh in the pan. That's gonna become a problem probably. Okay, and that's it.